Welcome again to Motivational Monday, brought to you by The Bridge Builder. And today I want to talk about dealing with distractions. So I need for us to understand that anytime we are going to try to approach a goal or a dream or a purpose or a hope, there will be some distractions. And I was thinking about this watching a football game this weekend. And what happens in football is that the road team always has to deal with the distractions because the home team normally has the most fans. And so what happens is when you're playing another team in their stadium, the road team has to deal with all the distractions from the fans. That's people yelling at you and people trying to disturb you and people trying to mess up the play and people waving their arms at the kicker so he'll miss the kick and people chanting things so that you can't pay attention to what you came there to do. And as I thought about this over the weekend and I saw all the road teams having to struggle with these distractions, I thought about us, because as we walk together on this road to destiny, on this road to purpose, on this road to fulfilling our greatest potential, we are going to have some distractions. And the things that we have to understand is that when those distractions come, not if, but when, we have to learn how to focus. And so today, that's what I want to talk about. The way that you deal with distractions is that you have to focus. And you guys seem to like acronyms, so today we're going to use an acronym for focus. So the F stands for forget about your last failure. That's the F in focus. See, what happens is we sometimes get so caught up in our last failure that we can't focus on what's happening right now. So we have to forget about our last failure. What I want you to do every time you have a failure, every time you have a misstep, every time you make a mistake, is learn from it and let it go. Learn from it and let it go. Don't allow the failure to be for nothing. Every time you have a failure in your life, every time you have a mistake in your life, every time you trip up and fall, that's something that you need to learn from, but you have to learn how to let it go. Learn from it and let it go. So that's the F. Forget about your last failure. The O is open your mind to the next opportunity. So the reason that many of you are missing opportunities is because you can't forget about your last failure. So when you decide that you're going to focus, what you do is you forget about what that last failure was and you open your mind to what the next opportunity is. Because every day that you stand up, every day that you walk out of your house, every day that you have breath in your body, every day that you have a chance to live this life, there is an opportunity available for you. So you got to forget about your last failure and you got to open your mind to the next opportunity. That's the O in focus. The C is continually remind yourself of your commitment. I need for somebody to understand that when you make a goal, it is a commitment to yourself. Many of us, we are so committed to other people. We're committed to our jobs. We are committed to our friendships. We are committed to our relationships. We are committed to everything that's on our schedule that we don't commit to ourselves. If you have a goal, if you have a hope, if you have a dream, you got to write that thing down and you have to commit to yourself and remind yourself continually, this is what I'm committed to. So the F is forget about your last failure. The O is open your mind to the next opportunity. The C is continually remind yourself of your commitment. Now, here we are with the U. The U in focus stands for understand the difference between urgent and unimportant. This is very critical. Don't miss this. If you don't understand the difference between what's urgent in your life and what's unimportant in your life, you will always be paying attention to the wrong thing. For many of us, the reason that we are distracted, the reason that we are not achieving anything, the reason that we're not accomplishing anything, the reason that we have not hit a goal is because we have failed to learn the difference and understand the difference between what's urgent and what's unimportant. There's some things that you have to dismiss in your life and say, that's just not important. There's some things that you got to put mute on and say, I'm not even going to listen to it because it's unimportant. And then when you understand what's urgent in your life, you can focus on it right now. You can pay attention to it right now. You have to understand what's urgent and what's unimportant. So again, we're talking about dealing with distractions. So the F is forgetting your last failure. The O is opening your mind to new opportunity. The C is continually reminding yourself of what you have committed to. And the U is understanding the difference between urgent and unimportant. Now we get to the S, and the S stands for stop and start. Now, what are you saying here? What do you mean by stop and start? For some of you, there are a lot of things that you have to stop and start. First is you have to stop complaining and start conquering. For many of us, we spend so much time complaining that we can't conquer or accomplish anything. You got to learn how to stop and start. You have to stop making excuses and start being exceptional. For many of you, you got enough excuses than a man going to jail. It's always something that's happened. It's always somebody else's fault. You got to stop making excuses and start being exceptional. And then you have to stop trying to fix your past, and you have to start paying attention to your present. You got to learn how to stop and start. So again, today we're dealing with distractions. So let's go back over it. F is forget about your last failure. O, open your mind to the next opportunity. C, continually remind yourself of your commitment. U, understand what's urgent and what's unimportant. And S, stop and start. This is Motivational Monday, brought to you by The Bridge Builder. I hope you'll share this video with someone else. I hope you'll help someone else get focused in their lives. I hope you'll join us every week as we come together right here. If you need some personal motivation, we do personal coaching. Inbox me. I love to help you get focused and deal with your distractions. I'll see you next week at 7:45 sharp, because as long as there's a Monday, we'll be motivating you. Talk to you soon.